Hiya! So I'm going to show you how to do a hair rerooting. First off, you want to take the head off with a hairdryer. Just heat the neck and it should just come off like this. Pop, there you go. Nice and easy. Now it's time for my favorite part, which is chopping. Chop, 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 chop. I really enjoy this part. Like, there's just something really fun about chopping all the hair off. So this doll doesn't have much hair roots in it, which is fine. You'll find Barbie dolls have a bit more. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen the roots inside the head. I use tweezers to then remove the excess hair from inside the head. And then you have a bald head just like her. I'm going to make her have pink hair, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour the root of her head. So I use acrylic paint here, and I've actually not got the footage unfortunately. So I use nail polish over the acrylic paint just so it doesn't crack when you're rerooting the hair. And you should end up with something like this. With the hair, I get two strands together, as you can see. So there's two parts here, 1, 2, and I cut them together. I then tie it together in the middle. You want a really nice tight knot here, because what you're going to do is you're going to push that knot through the head. I have an awl tool, and I also have a hair rerooting tool. These are both really accessible and cheap online. I use the awl tool to increase the existing holes and also make new ones if necessary. I get the knot in the hair and I pull it through the hair rooting tool, as you can see. I then use a hair rerooting tool and I force it through the holes in the head. And there you go. Quite easy, very secure as well with the knot method. Try to tug it a couple of times and it won't come off. I then do it again. I've done this here, and actually what happens is, this is quite common, if it is not tight and secure, it will push back the needle. So what you can just do really simply is loosen it up and then push it back out. You do want to give a bit of length on this. And there you go, and it works again. So just make sure that the hair rooting tool is really tight. Save time by doing a whole bunch before you start the head, as you can see here. I leave the edges last because they have really tiny holes, so you want to do this bit more delicately. The edges, I cut one part of hair rather than two. Just makes it a bit more thinner and easier to put through the tinier holes. I again twist a knot into the middle of it, as you can see, making it really fine. For the finer holes, I use a drilling motion rather than pushing it all the way through, just so you don't rip the hole. But you should still be able to push it, as you can see right here. And voila, here you go, finished head, nice and easy. So the next stage is to make the hair look nicer. So I use a wet cloth here to put over the head, and I'll use a small iron to steam it down into place. Be careful to keep your hands away from the iron because it does generate quite a bit of steam when you do this. And here we go. This is what she looks like after one steam. So I do repeat this process a couple of times, and this is what she looks like. Now there is a kink in the hair, so I will use straighteners to straighten out. Make sure that the hair is heat resistant before you do this. So now I'm going to clip her hair. I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever done this. So I've just got a comb and I am just going to clip it at a certain length. I did actually really enjoy this. I would say that you do need to do it a couple of times to get it as straight as you want to. It doesn't always cut it straight away. And the ending here, I've just got my hands and I'll just like hold it down to cut it. Now as you can see, it does need a kind of finer touch at the end, so I would recommend just holding it in your fingers and clipping it a bit more closer. Just finer details, I would cut it just to get the ends that didn't get clipping. But there you go, it's quite simple, quite easy fun to do. I would recommend getting some clippers. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like it, please subscribe. If not, please subscribe anyway. Thank you very much. Bye.